You remember the whitewash Indian men's cricket team handed Bangladesh just last week was quite the lashing. The highlight of that series win was India's explosive, aggressive batting on day 4 of the second test. And of course, fans loved it. They shut up Michael Vaughan, England commentator, who credited that to the baseball approach. Now there's another commentator who is facing the ire of fans everywhere, a comment that was made post that series. The commentator in question here, and the one I'm referring to, is India's former batter, a prolific opener himself, Sunil Gavaskar, and the comment that's landed him in a bit of trouble is this one.
Instead of using the words this ball or that ball, I would suggest using the skipper's first name, Rohit, and term it the go-hit approach. Gambhir has only been coaching for a couple of months, so attributing this approach to him is foot-licking of the highest quality.
Go hit may sound all cool, but seems like a command you could add and pass off as a Gen Z slang. But jokes apart, Gavaskar says that there is no way anyone should credit Gautam Gambhir for India's intent that day. He goes on to say that India should only give all credit to their captain Rohit Sharma for this approach, because he's got that kind of flair. In this phase, even if you look at the World Cup last year, the ODI World Cup, Rohit's main goal up the order as an opener was to set the tempo, create that kind of impact and put the opposition under pressure. It's something that comes naturally to him, and that's what he successfully achieved in the ODI World Cup. He tried to execute the same in the T20 World Cup as well. Gavaskar says Gambhir never played that way in all of his career, so no way he would advocate that as a coach and a mentor, so no credit goes to him. Sounds so very logical, but it's like saying you can't speak about the art of bowling because you've been a batter all your life. It's cricket, there's a certain dynamics to it. You're referring to a player who's played alongside someone like Virender Sehwag, who himself was a swashbuckling opener, the OG, if I could say that, when it comes to aggressive gameplay. Gambhir took his IPL side, Kolkata Knight Riders, to victory as a captain and a coach too, years later, just this year. He knows how to strategize, and of course, this sort of statement did not sit down too well with fans who come around to the GG way of things. And Gavaskar ended up bearing the brunt of that. Now, I get the backlash. This isn't the first time Gavaskar has been so very candid in his critique, especially of certain Indian cricketers. He does have the habit of being very vocal about what he feels, and many feel sometimes he probably crosses the line too. Here's some things that will jog your memory a bit. Take a look. Right, he doesn't restrict himself to cricketers alone. Obviously, he's pushed the envelope there. Very colourful, some quiet, some very witty, some sharp and bound to open a can of worms and create the flutter, controversial to the hilt. But it makes me ask, is there an edge to his comments? Professional observations of the game is all right. It's fine to critique. But is there a sense of over-critiquing, especially when it becomes the same player in question time and again? I want to ask you, the spectators, how far you can take a commentary on the professional space. It's fair to have opinions, especially from someone who's been in this environment, in this industry for decades, who's played the sport. He also gives talking points to people who report on the sport. Enough fodder there. But is Gavaskar pushing the boundaries when it comes to giving his honest opinion on players when it is outside the realm of the game and the technical aspects? Why don't you let us know where you stand on this matter?
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election, explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.